This video is going to be an overview of the Parallax 3D photo camera app. So when you open up the app, you get this screen, and we're just going to start by clicking on Create 3D Photo. We'll look at the rest later. When we open up the app, we can see that we get HD for free, but if I try and click on Ultra HD, that requires us to get a subscription or an in-app purchase, so that's not part of the free version. Down near the bottom by the capture button, you can see that there's a flash option, and you can flip to the rear-facing camera if you want. Underneath that, there's the option to shoot in manual, which takes 8 pictures when you're rotating around the subject, but that's only for Pro. And there's short, classic, and smooth that take 5 pictures. So I'm just gonna use smooth to take my example picture. To take the picture, you just line up the little circle with the plus and then move it a little bit as you're holding down the capture button, and you can see that it creates a quick little parallax. And just so you know, that parallax watermark is going to show up right in the middle as we're editing, but when we get to the end and save it, it's going to be much smaller in the bottom right corner. As far as editing goes, let's start with the filters. There's only 2 options, moment number 1 and moment number 2. When you click on them the second time, then it allows you to adjust the levels to what you want, but as you can see, all the rest of the filters are just for the Pro version. When we go to the second menu at the bottom with those little sliders, there's lots of adjustments we can make. The first one is speed, and if we slide it to the left, it'll make the parallax move slower, and to the right, we'll just make it faster, more glitchy. Next is the focus point, which is where the parallax will pivot around. So you just move this circle to wherever you want. I would suggest just trying a few different ones out until you find one that you like. Then there's the ratio, and this is just like any other app where you can change the aspect ratio of your image. And when you get one that you like, then just move the box to the spot that you want, and it'll automatically reframe and show you your preview for the parallax. We're going to skip past grain because that's only for the Pro version, but the app also allows us to change brightness, contrast, saturation, warmth. We can fade the image, we can sharpen it, and we can add a vignette if we want. Now let's take a look at the little magic wand at the bottom. This is where the effects are. But just like the filters, there's only a few to pick from. You can pick Prisma, which basically stretches the image out. There's a 3D effect that gives your image kind of like a VHS-y look, or like an RGB split, but you can change the colors from RGB to different ones. And then there's dust, where you're adding white kind of speckles to the right and black to the left. Next, we go to those 2 little boxes at the bottom where we have 2 different light looks. The first one is a flare, but for this slider, you can see there's a difference. We can actually change the position where the flare is coming from, and we can adjust its level. The second one is more of a gradient light, and again, you can adjust its position and its level. The last thing that we can adjust is really our border. So there's 2 different options. There's a blur border, which just basically duplicates our image and puts it in the background. The second border is a color border, and there's a lot more to pick from here. You can use the color picker to pick a color from your image. You can use that color wheel to pick any color you want, or you can just pick one of the preset colors that they have available. When you're done making all your adjustments, all you have to do is go up to the top right corner and click Save, and it'll automatically send it to your photos. And as you can see, the parallax watermark is now moved down to the bottom, much more discreet and out of the way. But if you want to remove it, you're going to need to get Parallax Pro. If we go back to the home screen of the app and click in the top right corner, that little clock thing, that folder will contain all of your recent projects that you can change and save again as well. And finally, this app is also a pretty decent photo editor. So if we go into Edit Photo in the bottom left there, it'll take you to your camera roll, and then just select an image, and you'll notice that the free version of the photo editing side of the app includes way more of the Pro features, including essentially all of the filters, a few more adjustments, effects, and light looks, and a much wider variety of borders, which now gives us the option for size, spacing, and alignment too. And that's pretty much all you need to know about the Parallax 3D photo app.